Hello, Art. Ozzy, stop barking. Stay up. Oz! Hello, artists. How are you today? Stephanie Aune coming to you from the banks of the Trinity River here near Willow Creek, California. Oz and I welcome you to the studio. We are very happy you are here with us today. We are, truly. Just making sure that everything is in the view here. So, you're like, why are we seeing this one again? We just saw a bunch of videos regarding this piece of art. Well, we're seeing this again because I took the whole thing apart. I took the whole thing apart because all of that gaffer's tape was pulling up all of that paint. I was going to need to repaint it anyway. It was a miserable mess. And so what you will see is you will see me destroying my painting. You will see me putting down fabric for the seams. And you will see me taking off all the gaffer's tape off the backs, putting down fabric for the seams, and you will watch me repaint the whole thing. And I'll probably put the new painting in fast forward, of course, for you guys, because it just, you know, it took a lot of time again. It just takes time when you're doing a full landscape painting. Now, when the book is laying down, of course, the sunset does stay up. This particular sunset is a little bit loose, so it gets pulled down by the weight of the stone. Sunset on the Trinity. Ah! Did it again! Hooper thingy. Stay up there. Definitely, you know, we're using our color rules in order to create depth in a painting and interest. I have to say I love how this turned out. It was a lot of work. It was a very extensive repair job. It upset me greatly to redo a project again. But I have to tell you guys, this book is not going anywhere. This book is so sturdy, so stable that, you know, I could lose these little pebbles off of here. But other than that, this book is, yay! And it is complete. We are all done. So, okay, so this will be the first video on the repair. There's most likely going to be a second video on that also, because it took a long time. And pulling off that gaffer's tape was really scary. But again, I needed to redo it all anyway. So that's just what I did. I did what I had to do for the integrity of the book and for the book to be a complete masterpiece. I wasn't going to leave one page in there that was just destroyed after doing all this work on the rest of the book. So sometimes we have to start over, almost from ground up, and just redo it. Okay, guys, well, be sure to use the links, and if you can support the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could please subscribe and comment and like, that would be wonderful. Okay, guys, have a great day. Here's the video. We'll chat soon. Bye-bye. This page is gonna have to get almost completely redone. There's a structural issue here that I'm gonna have to deal with. This page divoted too much, and I'm gonna have to deal with that before continuing, but I have to repaint this anyway. I have to repaint this here. I'm still trying to figure out what to do with this. If I have to pull up this tape all the way, the gaffer's tape, I will. But I've got an issue here where this was 2 sticks high. It's created an issue in the book, so I'm gonna definitely fix that. Okay, so how are we gonna fix this? The book got offset because of the way this had to be assembled. In fact, how are we gonna fix this whole page? Okay, here we go. Book operation part 2. It's on the same exact page that we had to do the first one on. I'm going to go down the center where I have the most space. We really just don't want to shred this. Oh, I hate doing that. I tell you guys, I hate doing that to my book. Okay, so the silk has really filled in that spot nicely. The book now lines up properly, which is, you know, it's 100 times better than what it was. And we really needed that to happen. Now we have to deal with the inside of the book. And we have to deal with strengthening this further. I'm looking for something other than the sari silk. I would really like to use just one of my Baltic fabrics here. So I got that laying on the ground. I'm going to cut that in half. Look at these seams. I mean, those are virtually, they're horrible. They're horrible, horrible seams. So what we're going to do here is we are going to take our Mod Podge. We are going to really get it down into those seams. We want the best contact possible. We do not want these guys to get stuck in there. Okay, this has completely dried. I let it dry overnight. I just put this strip of fabric here to make kind of a bridge. What it's done is really put that book in line. It looks like it's pretty darn even here, and our sliders still slide. So we've got a really great beginning to this repair. It is, of course, just the beginning, because now we have to go through and repaint this. But we're just going to make this tree shape again. I'm just trimming it out here a little bit. I keep thinking about these spots that have the gaffer's tape. That is attached there, so we can't make any repair on this side, but it doesn't look like there's really any gaffer's tape on that side. So there is gaffer's tape here, and then on this seam, and that seam, and on this seam also. So this is how we're going to fix this book. Which is really distressing that we have to do this. Of course, it is completely distressing. But I want this book to be perfect. So, something that I've got to do here is remove this gaffer's tape. I could try to just put something over the top of it, like a piece of fabric. But I don't think that that's going to work very well. Can you see what I'm doing here? Okay. So I just ran a thin, very light X-Acto line, because it'll pull up all the acrylic paint also. See, look at that. That's the gaffer's tape reacting with the acrylic. As you can see under here, it was gessoed. But that line that I made will cause that to, see, over time, that's just way too problematic. So, it's a bummer that I have to redo this. Yes, it is a huge bummer that I have to redo this. But I'm going to fix it, because It's craftsmanship. And it's pride in my book. We're going to try not to pull too much of the paper up. So you saw how when I ran that line down there, it was okay. Now this is still kept together by however I attached this seam here. I'm not sure how I did it. So there's one strip. Oh, I think on this back side, yeah, I'm just gonna have to do it, aren't I? All right, so we've got gaffer's tape here and gaffer's tape here. But this will keep it from removing all of this other paint. There it goes. Took us right down to our base layer. And then we're going to do this guy also. Okay. So, now we've got a mess. Let's fix the mess. Oh, it's exhausting. So sometimes you have to, you know, sometimes we learn that a product doesn't work the way that we want it to work. I have such a mess here, I can't even find my, there it is, Mod Podge. Okay. Such a shame to pull all that off. But it's going to be so much better. I will be so much happier with this particular layout once this is all fixed up. And put a good amount of gesso down, or of Mod Podge down. Trying very hard not to get it onto our sunset. What are you barking at, kid? All right, so I'm going to put this piece of fabric down here. I love how this sari silk dries. It is super strong. Can you use different material? Sure, why not? It's going to get painted over anyway. The sari silk is a little thinner. We don't want those threads in there though. It's just going to mess things up. Let's get rid of those. And the sari silk also has a really nice fold to it. You can fold it very easily. We're going to take that to our advantage also. It dries a little crisper than the Baltics, the calicos, the cottons, whatever you're using. Just don't use a stretchy fabric, guys. That would really defeat the purpose. Now I'm just really making sure that I'm pulling that fabric down and away. From that center seam. I want that to be as tight as possible. Okay. So what I did is, after I got these guys dry, I just decided to go ahead and put a full piece of fabric down on here. And the reason why I did that is that I really wanted to stabilize this. I don't like how that glued in there. I wanted that to glue around that side. We're just gonna tear it off though. And we can glue that into there. Now this one, Hopefully we didn't affect this page. We're still good. Okay. And we're still good there. Yay. Okay. So we're going to tear it off on this side also. Now this one I really did get it down into those grooves. And I just pulled it all out of the grooves. But, you know, that ragged edge will definitely fill in that seam right there. That was kind of clunky. Okay. So we definitely, again, want to avoid filling in our channel. But it does not hurt to reinforce the seam and to cover that up because it looks kind of ugly and raggedy. And we're going to push into here. And push and push and push. Look at how nice that seam now looks. That is perfect. That will dry quickly and it will hold. And that seam looks great. This seam does not look so great. That looks beautiful. Love how that turned out. Love it when a plan comes together. Love it. Okay, that also looks much better, just like that. And now you get Fabri-Tac all over your hands. Okay. Now, that got a little bent in there. Well, we're just going to not worry about that. And that seam did get a little bent also. It has dried properly so that it sits down. Of course, by adding in the fabric, we are adding bulk to the page somewhat, but that's okay. It's still going to work out so much better than what it was. See how nicely the book closes on that page now? Perfect. Yay! So sometimes it takes doing something 3 times before it's correct. And you know what you got to do? You just got to keep fighting through it. Is it always fun to redo something 3 times? So, of course not. We don't want to redo stuff. On the other hand, I want it to look as good as I can. So, you have to, you know, take the extra step to do it. Do it right. Craftsmanship. Okay. On this side, the threads are not even. I need to find my bigger, sharp scissors. So we're cutting it. We can still fray that edge a little bit. I'm not a huge fan of all the threads hanging out, as you guys know. I like some threads sometimes, and other times I don't like them at all. So let's grab our other sharp scissors. These are the Tim Holtz Tonic scissors. They have kept a very nice sharp edge. I have been very pleased, and I feel like they are worth the money. But I haven't tried a lot of the other, you know, good crafting scissors. So if you have something you like, use what you like, of course. I just think that these do work well. There we go. Give that a little trim. Is this page still going to open up? Oh, it does. Sweet. Okay, now let's find our trees again. Okay, we are continuing to protect our book. I probably shouldn't have started you up again yet. I need to put out a palette Do I need to cover these with gesso? I don't think so. The paint covers the fabric really pretty well. So we're just going to essentially repaint this. Yeah, we're repainting the whole thing. So I'm gonna go get a palette out, but I did want to show you protecting our bottom pages. We don't want to saturate that paper so that it goes through, but we do want to be able to you know, work our edges. So protecting our underneath stuff is very important. Trying not to pull it all the way out, and that's just a lot of extra work. So, okay, we'll be back.